have Mega Group 1, Mini Group 4, whichever group that may be. So I put it into the bearing pads.
So the bearing pad?
Bearing pad is like a rubber insert, and we use it so that when you have an uneven surface like this, especially like this, it kind of levels out the load on the cylinder. And you take it over to the compression machine. And center it up. And then you go over here and you go to full advanced so that you can snug up the press with the tube thing or cylinder. Put it on hold. Make sure you have safety glasses on. You want to protect your eyes from this process. As you can see, explosions will be occurring. Close the safety gate, keep everyone safe. Come over here and you hit tear. And then from there, you go to metered advance. Make sure it's in there, snug. One full turn open to the left. I think that's a full turn. And then you can see up here, here's the pounds on the cylinder. This is the loading rate, pounds per second. And you want to keep this between 200 and 400 pounds per second loading rate, if you can. So you're going to use the valve here. To close it off, you're going to turn it clockwise to make sure you're keeping. So I already went over. This isn't research, but you would like to keep that under 4 if you're trying to be official.
You failed.
I failed. So right now we're at 350. So I'm backing off a little bit, closing the valve clockwise. $350, $372, $196, $173. Rounding the turn. We're a little low here at 200, the bottom limit.
And so far the cylinder really hasn't cracked or anything.
Right now we're at 362. $327. Exciting. 378.
Don't worry, Han smiles all the time.
One time, it was really cold out and his cheeks ripped because they got really dry and he smiled too wide. And then he looked like the Joker in Batman.
Why smile so much? Now, it should be noted that we didn't put the cross-sectional area into the machine, so this PSI reading doesn't mean anything right now, because it could have a random cross-section in there, so it's just the pounds that we're going to use. And then once you have that information, we'll have the measured cross-sections, and we can give you the total compressive strength of the sample.
Indeed.
I must break. Just so you know, this is going on my YouTube channel.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice. I should have been juggling too.
No, pay attention to the numbers.
Concrete cylinders would be hard to juggle. $225, $178. Oh, I heard a crack. The pounds per second just went negative. Hit the brake if it breaks.
Okay, and now the machine doesn't stop loading once you hit the maximum load. It'll unload to like 75 to 80% of the maximum. So right now the machine is ramping back up to still put pressure on the cylinder. So we're at 42,000.
It's gonna break, isn't it?
Oh, we're negative again.
This is a very stubborn cylinder.
A little cylinder that could.
It's gone negative 3 times and we've only heard 2 pops.
Well, that was a huge jump there. Well, don't worry, Hans. If the cylinders don't have a good brake, it's the students' fault. They made them, not us. So.
Yep.
I mean, I saw some groups, they didn't tamp 25 times, and, you know, clearly that's going to be the issue here.
This is gonna be a very long video.
That's right, we only need to post one of these, unless you guys would like to see 6 more of these. £38,000, and the load's getting smaller, so this thing should give us a maximum
It's
peak
not-
load soon.
It's not doing
It doesn't look broken, but it's
Well, it
just
could have broken the back.
Yeah, maybe the back half is missing.
The one semester they all broke in the back. They were shy. Alright, but we're in the positive load rate range, 300 pounds per second. Back up to 40,000 pounds. Oh, by the way, if it's like a little bit negative and you open the valve a little bit, it'll actually go back to the positive load rate. So you can kind of play with it a little bit. Like if it goes negative, you don't have to stop, like, you know, turn the valve. 48,000 and some change. Okay, now we're getting pretty large. I'm pretty sure that thing just went.
Here we go.
Alright, so now the machine spits out our peak load that was on the sample for the test. And now to end the test, we just put this thing on retract. We open the door, wait for the sample to retract, and we'll take it out and look at it. This lab is brought to you by Martina and Keenan, who are here doing research with me. And this sample looks like it broke pretty completely through. It didn't shear off to the side or anything. It actually crushed down into the sample itself. And in fact, if we try to take this out and then just chip off a little bit of the concrete, you can see that the interior of it has actually crust. And that's our first sample. All right. I think you guys can stop recording.